Want to learn how to print and cut large images on 11 by 17 glossy cardstock with the new Cricut update? Keep on watching. Hey y'all, Victoria Sheree here with Pretty Party and Crafty, and we're going to jump right into how to do the updated large print and cut in Cricut Design Space. This is a new update that's in the beta version, and I'm going to show you how you can do a print and cut on 11 by 17 glossy cardstock. So the very first thing you want to do is make sure that you have Cricut Design Space open, and we want to make sure that we're in the beta version first. So you're going to click on these three lines in the top left corner, the little hamburger menu. You're going to select Settings. And under General, where it says Application Experience, you want to make sure that you have Beta selected. If you're currently in Live, when you click Beta and Done, your program is going to restart. So that's why you want to make sure that you're in the beta settings first, because if you design and then try to switch to beta, you're going to lose your design when it restarts. So go ahead and switch your application experience to beta. All right, next we're going to go ahead and click on New Project in the top right corner. And at this time, we're going to go ahead and bring in our image. So I'm going to click on Upload. And I'm just going to use an image that I already have here. If you don't have any images, just click Upload Image. And when you bring it in as a print then cut image. But I'm just going to select something that I already have and select Add to Canvas. Okay, so when it comes in as 8.86 by 16.46, and I am printing on 11 by 17 glossy cardstock. So I do want to make sure that I have room for the registration marks. So I'm just going to resize it just a little bit. And right now it's at about 8.31 by 15.45. So if I go and I click on Make It, you're going to get a little warning. It says images too large. To resolve, resize affected images from Layers panel, see the warning icon. So we're going to click OK. And when you go to the Layers panel, we have this red little exclamation icon for the warning. You're going to click that. And it says the image is too large. You can auto resize to fit letter, or you can change the paper size. You want to click Change Paper Size. And once you click that, you're going to go where it says Print Then Cut Page Size. We're going to select the size paper that we're printing on. So I'll be printing on 11 by 17 glossy cardstock, so we're going to select that. But if you're printing on Legal, which is 8.5 by 14, if you're printing on A3, you'll just select what you're printing on. But with our cardstock, it's 11 by 17. Select that and click Done. Okay, so once we do that, we can try to see how large we can go before we get another warning. Okay, we got a little warning, so let's see what it says. I'm going to click on that little warning icon. So it's saying that we can go up to 15.94 inches. So I'm just going to take this back down to 15.92. All right, so it's saying that we can print up to 15.94 inches high on 11 by 17 cardstock. So at this point, all I'm going to do is click on Make It. Okay, and if you see, it even has different registration marks. So instead of that solid rectangle going around it, now it's only doing it in the corners. Okay. So it shows us we're 11 by 17. We don't have to worry about mirroring or anything for this example. So I'm going to click on Continue. All right, so at this point, if this is your first time doing this, you'll receive a warning saying that you need to do a calibration. Just press Continue and follow the steps. And when you print your calibration sheet, just make sure you're using letter size paper. Next, we are going to send the image to the printer. So we're going to click Send to Printer. And because we're printing on 11 by 17 glossy cardstock, just make sure that you're putting your cardstock in the rear paper feeder. It will not work if you put it in the bottom tray because the paper is too thick. So if you're printing on glossy cardstock, we want to put it in the rear paper feeder. Okay, so once we get here, we need to make sure we select our printer. So I'm going to be printing on my ET8550. I'm only doing one copy. Add bleed is checked. Use system dialog. We're going to check that as well. And we're going to click print. So we made sure that we clicked system dialog. Use that because we want to make sure that we can change our settings because our cardstock is glossy. So we're just going to find our printer again. So I'm doing ET8550. And then I'm going to click on Preferences. And under Preferences, that's where we're going to select everything. So paper source, I'm putting it in the rear paper feeder. Document size, I am printing on 11 by 17. Orientation is portrait. Paper type, we want to make sure that we change this to photo paper glossy. And then for quality, you can have this as standard or high. Because this is just a sample tutorial, I'm going to leave it at standard. And if you want to make additional changes, you can do color management. So under more options for color correction, I'm going to select custom. I'm going to click advanced. I want to control my colors. And my color mode is going to be Adobe RGB. And my gamma, I like to have it at 1.8. But this is just my personal preferences. You don't have to manage your colors if you don't want to. I'm going to select OK. I'm going to select OK again. And then I'm going to go ahead and print. While it's printing, I want to make sure that I set my base material. So you're going to select cardstock and you're going to use heavy cardstock, 100 pounds. Okay, my pressure is going to be default, and I'm going to get ready to load it up. All right, so now we're just sending it to cut. I'm using our Party Printables paper, 11 by 17 glossy inkjet cardstock. It's 96 pounds, so it's perfect for this. So when I put my cardstock on my mat, the mat wasn't sticky. That's why I added tape. But at this point, it's just cutting. And if you notice the registration marks, it's not a solid rectangle. It's only in the corners. And if you hear guitar music, that's my husband. He got a guitar for Christmas and he's learning how to play. All right, so here it is. I'm taking it off of the mat and it printed and it cut beautifully. No complaints at all. So as you can see, think back to when we set it up. The size or the height of this is about 15.92, so right at 16 inches. And I put it next to this one so you can see the difference. But definitely recommend, just make sure you get the beta version. I tried this with the Maker, so I'm not sure. Well, I tried it with the Maker 3, so I'm not sure about the Explorer, so make sure you test it out. All right, so if you watch this far, learn something new, make sure you subscribe, like, comment. Later, y'all.